Alright, so we're back with a video, and then in this video, the Opencombas basically commented on the channel, right, saying, oh, you were banned for reasons you did not disclose in this video. So, you know, when I was arguing with Farquad about, you know, him saying that, oh, installing the map packs and this, and obviously I was getting lad in the chat saying, yo, I'm not doing that just to play, you know, a standard troll map that this guy wants to play, which nobody knows, you know, or whatever. So he's arguing with me, and then, you know, I joined one of their lobbies, right? And one of their lobby, you know, their API chat one, right? Now, if I was you and you was going to play chromehounds, don't even bother joining their chats. Don't even join their, like, Discord chats or whatever, because when you leave the chats, they will talk shit about you. Yeah, they will talk shit about you. Like, they will talk shit by whoever they, you know, don't like or whatever, they will talk shit. Because the idea is they said that I doxed UK Legend, right? Now look, UK Legend, I was friends with UK Legend for 19 years. I sent him a message on Facebook, yeah? Like, I've had this guy added on Facebook, could you imagine, right? I sent this guy a message here, right? A voice message, yeah? For 1 minute and 41 seconds, right? And even when he was back on this game, and I turned around and said to UK Legend, like, yo, how do you get on the game? Like, he didn't reply, right? So I'm like, why is he ignoring me, blah, 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 when I played with him for like 4 years solid, right, in my squad. And he was always known as the disconnector, who always used to turn his Xbox off and disconnect from the game, like, oh, UK Legend has disconnected from the game, blah, 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 because he never wanted to give you his merit. And when I actually played against him on chromehounds, yeah, you know, I actually said to him, like, yo, look, you're a decent player, but why do you keep doing that? You know, why didn't you play in my squad? And then, you know, I took him under my wing, yeah, and I basically played with him, you know, and turned him into like a decent player, right? But, you know, it seems like these guys, right, are manipulating people to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then they said to me that I doxed him, right? So I doxed him. Now, doxing in the UK is not illegal for saying someone's name. Like, if you say, oh, yo, my mate Adam, blah, 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 right? It's not illegal, it's not used in a malicious intent. Nothing's used in a malicious intent. Like, for example, there's people on chromehounds that use their phone while driving, basically, you know, the smiter. So I could say this about the smiter, right? The smiter uses his phone while using his car, doing basically, like, that's a violation in America, right? So if anyone knows him personally and gets his license plate and reports him for, you know, using his phone while he's driving, you know, this is a violation. So this guy can lose his license from using his phone. So this is what I mean about personal details and stuff. If they're saying, oh, I'm giving out people's personal details or blah, blah, blah. Like, I've met people on chromehounds. Like, I met one of my friends from chromehounds. I played for many years, and I met him in real life, right? And he lives in America. Do you know what I mean? He lives in America, and he came to see me, yeah? And, you know, we had a joke time, and, you know, we went boozing and shit. But at the end of the day, like, you actually meet real people off this game. And then you've got three little developers that sit there. And then they don't know nothing about who these people are. You know, King Orville, Mobius1, Gino P, War Machine, you know, Panda 98. You know, they don't know anything about these people. That's what you get, MK42, you know, Inquisitor, you know, Incision, Hate Factory, like Derek, you know, the other guy, what's his name? Like Goonikins. I played with Goonikins many times, many years, right? And these guys don't know the legacy and the history of this game and how the rivalries happened and how the smiter was like one of my arch enemies on, you know, chromehounds and how it is. And, you know, it is kind of really pathetic that there's got a couple of people sitting there deciding on who they can ban and who they can't ban. Now, in my advice, the other people in this game, yeah, they're gonna get like the same kind of concept. If you join their chats and you sit there and you, I don't know, talk shit to say somebody you don't like from chromehounds originally, right? Like, let's say, you know, like when I met the smiter in the lobby, I said, you used to lose loads of games to me, right? And I used to beat him a lot, right? And that's the hatred. That's where the hatred comes from, because the hatred comes from this guy. And then he was like, oh, you wasn't that good of a player. Oh yeah, he wasn't that good of a player. And then when you're playing with him and you win, and then he plays, and then he joins your team and he plays with you, his attitude is, oh, but we're gonna lose. Like in one of the videos I uploaded, he's like, oh, we're gonna lose. Like, what do you mean we're gonna lose? You're being negative right now. That's negative attitude right now. You're saying we're gonna lose in a game when there's 5 or 6 people still alive playing the game. You don't know who's gonna win this game, and you're sitting there like, we're gonna lose. But we haven't battled each other. Right? No, no one's that, and then we win, and he goes, "Oh, well played, guys. Yeah, well played, guys. Yeah." Do you know what I mean? So it's like you was being toxic originally, saying negativity. So this Opencombas is like, "Oh, I'm happy till you discuss you can run your own server." When I literally spoke to one of the guys, like, "Oh, how do you run the servers? Because in case the guy died, then someone else would be running the server, right, as like a backup, like, if playing the game." Now, do you think Xbox Live was banning people off of Xbox for different opinions or didn't like these certain people, right? Now, even if you look at the laws, right? Laws of doxing in UK or speaking about someone's name, like, oh, yo, yes, Chris, what you were saying, what you've been up to, like, like the guy said to me, he knows my name. Yeah, he knows my name, and he said my name to me in the chat many times, right? But no one else said anything, right? No one else said anything about, oh, so-and-so spoke so-and-so's name, right, and everything else. And it's like, it's kind of funny is that these 3 little developers that nobody knows who they are, right? These guys were never known on chromehounds. They don't know any of the top players on the game, right? And what I say top players is like, there would be a list of like 100 people, yeah, that would make the top 100 list. And then anyone within the top 100 list would be technically the best players on the game. Do you know what I mean, yeah? That's basically how I would say it. So people that had, recording software back in the day and they were filming the games, like, and then UK Legend went and deleted me off Facebook and then not even sent me a message back or even sent me a reply. So I know that there's people sitting there feeding other people's heads with, either negative attitude or negative behavior in the fact that they're twisting the opinions of someone else instead of speaking to me specifically about whatever issue that came to arise to you. Right, so if they're going, oh, he's doing this and he's doing that and he's doing this, and like, well, why don't you come and speak to the individual that is responsible for, speaking about the certain aspects of things? And then because I made a video like, yo, Opencombas banned me from this and banned me from that, right? When I was the only one pretty much making videos about this game 6 years ago, like, yo, can someone bring this game back? And then someone brings the game back, then bans me off the channel. That to the point is where, even though I hate, like, the smiter, right? I've always had a rivalry with the smiter, right? And then he calls me a fucking nutcase on Discord chat and this shit and all, bro, on private messages, right? And then the thing is, as much as I, like, have disliked that guy over the years, I would still never kick him off the game, even if I was hosting a server. If I was hosting a server, hosting a game, I would still not kick him off the game. Yeah, I wouldn't kick him off the game because I'd rather play against him, right? Because he's actually good, right? And it would give you a decent match, right? That's what you would do, yeah? You would play against people that are actually good at the fucking game instead of playing against some guy who's a noob and he don't know what he's doing. Like, an open one cockpit and bat snipe him, he's dead, right? Like, that these people are actually going to give you a challenge, right? So regardless of, whatever, that goes on, or, people are going to go about, oh, he said this guy said this guy's toxic, this guy's not toxic. Like, the game is not big enough to be sitting there banning people off the game, regardless on how you look at it, yeah? I don't give a fuck how toxic you are, what abuse, you give to other people, yeah? This is a competitive game, and it will always be a competitive game. Like, I know a guy, right, that used to think he was really good on Call of Duty, right? And then I know another guy who was really good on Call of Duty. But one guy used to play private matches, one guy used to play public matches. And let's say public free battle, like a free battle map. Like, you're sweating a free battle map when people in the game are like, yo, we're having fun. We're running any halves, yeah? Like, the idea of winning to us is really not, like, serious, because this is not war. When war happens, it's like, you now want to be a part of a squad, right? And you want to be, the best team on the war. It's as simple as that. Like, every game is competitive. So to people that can sit there and say, oh, the game's not competitive, or blah de blah, like, people are sitting there sweating free battle, right? and then, you know, you drop the guy's base and he jumps. So who is, so, you know, Adam, yeah, yo, if you watch the video, yeah, fucking send me a message. Do you know what I mean? Send me a message. Actually fucking add me on Discord, right? I'll put a fucking invite link below the video. Come and actually physically talk to me, innit? Instead of people saying, oh, yo, you don't know this guy. Like, yo, bro, I've had this guy on Facebook for like fucking 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I've never arranged to meet up with him, but I would have met up with him, like, in real life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. It's like, to say to dox, right? To, like, you know when someone says to dox, like, doxing in the UK is not illegal, right? You can say somebody's name. As long as it's not done in a malicious intent, right? Like, how am I doing anything in malicious intent when I was classing this guy as my friend, right? Actually, who I played the game with. And then these guys and these developers like, oh yeah, shit talking, and then when you join the lobby, they shut up, they don't say anything. Like, what kind of man are you? What kind of man are you not, like, speaking and backstabbing people in chats and joining this Discord server? Yo, I'm telling you now, like, if you're watching or you're joining this Discord server, yeah, don't even join the Discord server. Don't even speak to these guys, because these individual guys that are sitting there trying to control who they ban, the game is not big enough to be sitting there banning people off the game, going, oh, I'm not going to play with you guys, I'm not going to play with you, you're toxic, it's such a childish fucking behaviour, right? Because someone argues with you, look, everyone argues in real life. Like, someone, right, you know the idea of backstabbing somebody, right? Like, yeah, I'll say, like, even the smiter, you're a fucking idiot, you know, sending me messages, you're a fucking nutcase, stop messaging me while I'm working. Stop messaging me while I'm driving in my car when you're messaging me back. So you're creating a traffic violation, right, in America. Like, look, if I find out where you live or what state you are in, I'll report you to your local police department. Like, I'll make that fucking clear right now, because you're using your phone while driving, putting not only your life at risk, but putting other members on the road at risk. And if you crash into someone, like say someone, a young family, and you kill someone's kid because you're fucking sitting there typing messages on Discord, then no, that's not on. I don't fucking believe in that. Like, I will straight up say that, yo, if I find out you're fucking reg or whatever, if someone in America tells me you're shit, bro, I will report you for that. Because, you know, that right there is fucking disgusting, right? I don't give a fuck. And that's my end of my video now. So, you know, like I say, I wouldn't even ban him off the game for talking shit, but I don't agree with using the car and, you know, fucking shit, you know what I mean? It's disgusting, man.